Hey yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I do appreciate your support. I've got a pretty good game here for you. It's a 7 kill, 6,000 damage game in my Scorpion Tier 8 Premium German TD, the TD with the turret. This is a tank that I feature quite a bit in my videos because it's very enjoyable. What we're going to talk about on this, though, is one of those big games that you have. Really, when you have a big game, there's a couple things going on. First, you probably played pretty well, but the second one is because of the plus or minus 25 RNG, there's usually a lot of very positive RNG in your favor, and that's what you're going to see on this battle. The other thing that's interesting to me that you'll find on these really big games like this is for some reason, it's almost as if you're invisible. The other team, for some reason, ignores you or doesn't concentrate on you very much. Maybe they're missing you quite a bit, but it just seems like you're kind of sleepwalking through this battle and nobody is really paying attention to what you're doing. So I'm going to head over here. We're on Steeps. I'm going to head over to the west side. This is a spot I like to fight from. You'll note that we're in a 357. I'm middle tier, and there is no arty, so that's going to help us out a bit. So here comes a KV-3. I can use this bush to kind of hide right here. Got several guys, and we'll just drop a cool 504 on that guy. I just kind of swung my turret, fired, hit him right through. Looking for that KV-3 who's going to leave his turret out for some inexplicable reason right here. Lit him on fire, but he has an automatic fire extinguisher, so that stops pretty quickly. Someone's shooting through there, or they spotted the medium that was behind me. Again, RNG, that shot basically went exactly where I aimed. I need to get rid of this KV-3 before I can go start working on the E50 or the other tanks around. So we'll just come out here a little bit and find that little sliver of his turret, and once again I shot straight into where I was aiming. I'm probably going to get spotted doing this, so I'm just going to come out here on this E50, drop one on him and back up. AC is just not quite in position to get his shot. Looks like he was coming around the corner as I was doing that. So I'm going to sit back here and wait till I am unlit. AC is paying attention to that other tank, who then nukes him so I don't get my shot off. Oh, look at this. Now I'm going to drop this. This one's ridiculous. It goes right over that piece of ground and drops right onto his hull. The guy shoots where I was. Obviously didn't spot me. I'm going to waste a couple shots on this Type 4. So now I'm spotted. You can't actually push out to where I was and shoot without being spotted. So I got some shots behind this bush, but you're kind of coming out from behind them, and those guys are a little bit closer. Now I know that that Type 4 will end me or put a real big hurting on me with his HE, especially as I'm putting the side of my tank out. And I'm just waiting for an opportunity when he's not expecting it. Thought about going after that mill, but let's just continue to work on this guy. Looks like that one missed, so finally something RNG-wise did not go my way. Considering going around the other way, but no, we'll just stay here. Got good cover behind these rocks. The WZ has his attention. Looks like his turret is now turned towards that KV-3, or soon will be. There he goes. So we'll just aim in on this guy. Was going for that little shoulder flat plate, but bounced there. Get a little bit closer. He's really paying attention to other people now. Turns his turret, so I'll hit the side of the turret. You can see that we are having trouble now back on the cap. The other team sent a pretty good force there. The mill comes up. Again, RNG goes right where I'm aiming, basically. I leave the Type 4 because I figured they're going to kill it, and then I think better of it. Like, well, I don't want him back there. We're spending too much time on him. I bounce. Ill-advised. I probably should have aimed in much better on that one. He's fired, so now I'll come out again. He's going to show me his lower plate right there, so I'll just drop it on his lower plate. RNG once again, working out for me, and let's head across. The problem with what I did as far as my positioning goes is I'm really relying on the rest of the team to get some resets in here, and we're going to come pretty close to losing, but that WZ and whoever else is in there with him, Does a nice job of making a couple resets in here, which are going to make all the difference in the world. We've cleaned up the west side, but now we're pushing through. I've decided to come back this way. The nice thing about the Scorpion, it is quite flexible. I see that T-49, he's duking it out with the IKV-90B. I was really hoping that IKV would just go up and over and kill that dude, because I know he's going to see me, and that's going to let the rest of his team know which way I'm coming from. And I see that I got some resets here, 43 seconds, and then another reset to a minute. So I'm thinking, alright, I am actually going to pop up right here. I need to get rid of this 49. I just don't want this guy behind me, especially if he ends up beating the IKV. And RNG is going to be my friend once again. Exactly where I was aiming. And things are looking good now. So we've got the T-49, the WZ. Our 112 and T-29 are way back there. So this is going to require me and the rest of the guys who are closing in on there to get her done. That's one of them down, so that's helpful. Now there's just 4 of them. So just come up top. Decent depression on this tank, especially if they give you a bunch of room by being further back like that Tiger P was. That was just bad positioning on his part. The Proto is a concern. He does reload pretty quickly and he hits hard. Come down there and I'll drop the Comet. Initially was going to go after the Prototype, and I decided, you know, I'm just going to back up this way. Let the Prototype try to trundle around. The P Victoria's not paying attention to me anyway, so I'll just come this way. Put a shot on him. I'll keep on backing up. Try to avoid getting hit by the T-28. Victoria's going to get a piece of me, I believe, right here. Yep. Which is fine. WZ goes in to finish him off, but surprised me a little bit. I think he was going for the ram in the shot, which he got. I'll put this in the side of his turret. Again, RNG, just putting it exactly where I wanted it. Getting my reload done. Once I'm about there, just come forward. I'm probably going to eat a shot. He's looking the other way, and I down him with the next shot. So 6,045, 7 kills. Ends up being over 1,700 base on the experience there. Just a good example of, I call that a permissive environment. It's not that there wasn't anything around, it's just nothing really paid attention to me. There wasn't any arty, which really helped. When arty sees a very soft tank like this kind of sitting back and popping people, that's when you get a lot of attention from arty, so not having it in the game helped me quite a bit. Was a fun game, obviously, when you do 6,000 damage and 7 kills. That's always fun. But just realize a lot of times when these really good games happen, there's a lot of other things in play here. Clearly, skill matters. But once you start talking about something this far and above the rest of the team, all the pieces really had to fall in place. Alright guys, hope you liked what you saw. Maybe even learned something. If you did, make sure you subscribe, and as always, we will see you.